Hey, what's going on guys? Frosty here, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys how you can now finally farm the King's Fall raid for your favorite weapons so that way you can go craft them at the Enclave with enhanced perks. So if you don't know, on September 20th Bungie came out with the master version of the King's Fall raid, and also with that came the first challenge for it, which was for the Totems encounter. So like with all master raids, when you do it on that difficulty you get adept weapons. In the King's Fall raid they call it harrowed weapons. So if you go ahead and do the master Totems encounter challenge this week, you actually have a chance of getting any of the harrowed versions of the raid weapons. So in case you didn't catch that, I would recommend trying to run the Master Totems challenge this week on all of your characters so you can increase your chances of getting as many harrowed weapons as possible. So just to recap this point for whenever you may be watching this video, this is what the normal loot pool looks like for the King's Fall raid. So basically when you go ahead and do these challenges on the master version of the raid, you can get any of the weapons theoretically from that encounter, so it doesn't actually respect this loot table. So like I said earlier, this week it's Totems challenge, next week it'll most likely be War Priest, then Golgroth, then Sisters, and lastly Oryx. So basically you want to try to jump in every week and do the challenge on all three of your characters to maximize you getting these hard weapons as soon as possible. But the big catch here is that doing the Deepsight attunement on these hard weapons actually gives you pattern progress for crafting the normal version of that weapon. So basically when you pull the normal version of the weapon from that end chest, it actually cannot drop Deepsight, but pulling these hard weapons actually can, and basically completing the Deepsight attunement on those hard weapons makes you pattern progress. So to a certain extent we can now go ahead and farm these Deepsight weapons in the King's Fall raid. It's still up to RNG a little bit. You do have to get that hard weapon to drop first, and obviously it needs to be a weapon that you actually want to go ahead and chase. But basically once you get that hard weapon, you're basically good to go. So basically the choke point in this farm is going to be how many spoils you can farm and how quickly you can do it. The hard weapons cost 25 spoils to purchase, whereas the normal ones only cost 20. Anyways, that's how you can go ahead and accelerate the rate of you crafting your favorite King's Fall raid weapon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Until then, stay frosty.